I found out my husband was cheating with my sister. I divorced him and went no contact with my toxic family. Years later, things took a turn. I was married to my husband, Liam Parker, 32, for 6 years. We had a really strong relationship. I would say the usual couple drama through our years, but we had grown from it and had a loving relationship. All was well until about 8 months ago, when my sister, Bella Parker, 28, moved back to our hometown after living in Florida since she was 18. Her long-term boyfriend, Mark Davis, dumped her and moved to a new city, leaving her destitute. The circumstances behind their breakup are still largely unknown. When Bella returned, she told us that he had been cheating with men. I didn't really know him that well, but that sounded far-fetched. I only met the guy 3 times, as my sister would only come home for Christmas and usually stay for 3 to 4 days. He accompanied her twice during their 5 years together. The other time I met him was when Liam and I visited them for a day during our vacation 3 years ago. He just didn't strike me as the guy who would have a double life and just leave Bella with nothing. I tried to reach out to him once but found I was blocked, so I let it go. Bella moved back in with my parents, Karen, 55, and Robert, 56. For the first month she was here, she struggled to find work, so I suggested maybe Liam could help her out. He is the higher up at his company, and I figured he would have some pull. He did, and she was able to get a position in his department, a job in her field. For background, my sister and I have never been very close. She is the golden child, at least to our mom, and our dad is spineless when it comes to our mom. It's not super obvious, just a million little things. For example, we both got cars when we turned 16, but I got an 8-year-old Dodge Neon and she got a 2-year-old Mitsubishi Eclipse. Her dance practices, outfits, and competitions cost thousands of dollars over the years. Some of those competitions were 6 or 7 hours away, and they never batted an eye. Meanwhile, when I would ask for $50 for a volleyball or basketball camp at the local college in our town, they would give it to me, but you would have thought I was asking them to build me my own arena. What pissed me off the most was when I was 17, I was out with my boyfriend, lost track of time, and was 15 minutes past curfew. They took my car for a whole month for that. And then when Bella came home 2 hours late the next year and smelled like pot, she just got a stern talking to. I wasn't exactly sad when she left for college and decided to stay in Florida. Despite all of that, she began spending more and more time at our house, which at first I thought was nice, as maybe she was making the effort to be closer to me. Then I started to notice that she and Liam were getting rather familiar with each other. They would talk about seemingly anything at length. They started having their own inside jokes. If I tried to include myself, they would say it was just a work thing. When I asked Liam about it, he just said they had a lot in common and were working on several projects together at work. The first real red flag was that after about a month of this, she would be at our house when I got home from work. Liam and I have different work schedules. While he has a traditional 8 to 4:30 workday, I work 10 to 7. This was pretty often. When I asked about it, I always got that we had some work stuff to do. 2 months ago, I noticed something that had me questioning my own sanity. I make the bed every day before I leave for work. I always make it so the open side of the pillowcase is toward the edge of the bed. Bella was over that day. When I got home, she ate with us, then went back to my parents' house. As we got in bed, I noticed 2 of the pillows had the cases turned toward the middle. I asked Liam if he had been in bed today. He looked a little shook but said no. Emily, why do you ask? I said, the bed's not the same as I made it this morning. He told me I must have been mistaken. Then, because no one was in the bed, I looked through his phone and laptop without his knowing and found nothing. Then again, they worked together 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, then hung out after work. Why would they need to text? I felt like I was losing my mind. 2 weeks ago, my parents invited us over for dinner. It was going fine until I saw something. Liam was simply walking by and Bella lightly grabbed his arm. He turned to her and she whispered something and they touched their foreheads together. It was only a second. Liam jolted up and kept walking. Then Bella just kind of looked at me, smiled, and went back to what she was doing. I'm not an idiot. I know this is a mountain of red flags. I just don't want to believe it. I have been in love with Liam since I was 21 years old. I planned a weekend getaway to the city. I was going to ask him about things there. I really hoped it wasn't what I was thinking. Update. You are all right and my world is destroyed. We went on our weekend adventure. It was a nice Friday night. We had drinks, we danced, we were intimate. The next day, we had more planned, and I almost didn't say anything. I really thought he couldn't be doing that with her, and this with me. I was so wrong. We were almost ready to start our Saturday, and I point blank asked him if he was having an affair with Bella. He teared up and said yes. My heart crushed. I asked him why. He said he was sorry. He didn't mean for this to happen. They just clicked, and before he knew it, they were kissing, then more. I asked if he had been sleeping with her in our bed before I got home from work. He just turned his head in shame. I left at that point. I had nothing with me but my purse, and I drove home without him. He got an Uber and arrived a few hours later with my other things. He tried to apologize, but I didn't acknowledge him through my tears. He packed a bag and left for a hotel. The next day, I told my parents. They already knew. They said they were sorry about what happened and told me Bella had left last night and might not be back for a few days. I'm sure she went to stay with Liam. All that happened 3 months ago. Our divorce is almost final. Liam found an apartment to rent right away and Bella moved in with him. I am only contacting him regarding our divorce. He initially said I could just have the house and the savings. I think this was guilt talking. Then after a few days, he said we would have to split the house. I had already moved everything out of the savings into a new account, so there was no fight there. Just like that, 9 years of my life were gone. Bella has been exceedingly cruel during all of this. A few days after I found out, she tagged me in a Facebook post. It was a selfie of her and Liam with him giving her a kiss on the cheek from behind. The caption read, "Feeling loved." It was disgusting. I logged out of my account and deleted the app off my phone. She texted me about an hour later saying, "Sorry, sis, didn't mean to tag you. No hard feelings. I hope we can still be close. You'll meet your soulmate someday, too." I blocked her. I blocked her on everything I could think of. My parents haven't been any better. They pretended to be sympathetic in the beginning. When I told them I was going no contact with Bella and Liam, my mother said, "I'm sorry this happened. It shouldn't have happened this way, but your sister deserves to be happy, too. You'll meet someone, then we can put all this behind us." I got really upset and told them what Bella had tagged me in the text she sent me. My mother said, "Well, you shouldn't be on that stuff anyway." My father hasn't said a thing this whole time. I asked him once what he thought, and he just said, "I agree with your mother," then walked out of the room. I'm going full no contact with them as well. The house will sell soon, and I'm moving to a different state. I'm not telling any of my family where or when. I haven't told them. That's my plan. I'm just done with them all. I wish them all the worst. Emily. Hi, everybody. I know it's been 4 years since I last updated everyone, but we had a major situation happen. I'll start by giving you an update on myself. I'm recently engaged. It took a lot of therapy to get myself back out there. I tried dating right away once I got settled here in Minnesota. I went on one okay first date, and then I got shown just how much of an insufferable ass he was. I swore off men forever after that. That's when I went to therapy to process all the trauma from the betrayal by Liam and Bella, as well as the abandonment by my parents. It was a hard year, but I met Daniel Reed, 37. Yes, he has the same first name as my dad, LOL. But Daniel is wonderful. He's a chef, and he and his fraternal brother, Evan Reed, own a restaurant and bar that's doing very well. I'm very excited to start a future with Daniel. Roughly 9 months after I left, I had been totally no contact. I did not tell them where I moved to. I only told some friends and a couple of cousins I was close to. One day, I got home to my apartment and found a wedding invitation in the mail. It was for the wedding of Liam and Bella. The invitation included a gross picture of them hugging in a sunflower field. There was also a letter from my parents. It basically read, "You need to forgive and put all this behind us. We know things didn't go the best, but we're a family, and families work through problems. Bella wants you to be a bridesmaid just like she was for me." What the actual F? That letter reopened all sorts of old wounds. At the time, my therapist got a lot more business because of it. I did not respond at all. The only thing I did was figure out which part of my extended family let my ex-family know my address and cut them off as well. Emily. Last week, Liam showed up at my apartment. Daniel and I don't live together yet, but that will be changing soon. Liam looked good. Too good, like he was trying to look his best. Liam. I just want to talk. I'm so sorry for what I did. Bella and I are divorcing. I figured out she was unfaithful our whole marriage. Surprise, surprise. I don't expect you to take me back, but we should talk and get some closure for both of our sakes. I double blinked. He had lost his mind. Emily.